Alright, it's rolling when you guys are ready.
Normally on this show, I basically do the introduction either in post-editing or with the guy, but there is no better talker, no way of introducing the man who can do it himself, because he's like half human. I don't know, he's got the greatest going out there. So introduce yourself, the one and only MVP. And he does like hand stuff. I'm very white.
Yeah,
I can't do any of that stuff.
Right now, I'm in a different.
Come on.
I'm in a different mindset, so I'm not the jaw-dropping, bottle-popping, half man, half amazing, modern day Mac and all. As you said, I'm no longer the cornrow-wearing, savoir-fairing.
VIP, MVP, mofo in the hizzy.
Most valuable what?
Whitest guy ever. The one and only MVP.
But Tommy Dreamer has a very special nickname for me. Most valuable.
What?
What do you call me? Most valuable?
I call you Malone. I'm Stockton.
Yes, and I'm the most valuable. You've been calling me for years, man.
I think we should be sitting on the
No.
phone, you know,
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
the whole viola thing, you know.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, the most valuable personality.
Yeah.
Player.
Who trained you?
Soul Man Alex G, who was trained by the Malenkos, and then along came Norman Smiley, who kind of polished me up. There was the Black Art Dave Johnson. There were a lot of people that were involved.
A plethora of
Yes,
men.
I was very fortunate to have a lot of guys who had been around, take me under their wing, and help me on my journey.
And your journey has been an amazing one. You're one of the more honest guys out there about your time in jail. And then I love your story because if you want to tell it, I don't want to tell it, but how there was a death row wrestler.
Yeah. The condensed version. I have to sneeze. Can I sneeze? Do you edit it out?
Yeah, sure. There's snot. Keep rolling.
Even better. You know, I think I just talked.
Get rid of it.
It worked.
No, it's coming.
That actually
Shut
works.
up, cameraman.
When I was in youth hall, the first time I ever got in trouble, Dade Juvenile Justice Center, the Dade Juvenile Detention Center, there was an independent wrestler, actually I missed back then territories, Rosier, who worked as Death Row, and he was one of the...
Wasn't he like Death Row 2000 or something?
I just remember Death Row, but he could have been, but he
That
worked...
means there was 1,999 other guys on Death Row before he got out.
They had a career day at the Juvenile Detention Center, and Death Row brought in Soul Man Alex G, and one of the career options that was offered to a bunch of juvenile delinquents was that of a professional wrestler. They had some mats down, and I was asking questions because I had always been a fan, so I was asking, well, how do you do this? How do you do that? And fast forward to I graduated from the Dade Juvenile Detention Center to the very adult Department of Corrections after a significant prison sentence, and a correctional officer, primetime Daryl D, my man, he would bring in videotapes of indie shows and pay-per-views, and he would talk about wrestling, and I was always curious. And one day I see a tape of him and Soul Man Alex G, and I went, wait a minute, I know that guy. I met him when I was in youth hall back in '89, and prime time, and I hit it off, and he said, hey, you're pretty athletic. I see how they're playing basketball and whatnot. I got a good look. I'm going to start an independent promotion. You interested in learning how to wrestle professionally? And I said, yeah, what the hell? So I need a hobby to keep myself out of trouble. And when I got out, he took me in his backyard.
Wrestling basically saved and changed your life.
It saved my life.
It's ruined a lot of people's lives, but...
It saved mine. I met my first pro wrestler in youth hall. Met the next one in prison, and then turned around. And if I had not become a professional wrestler, I probably would be dead or back in prison.
A hooray story for professional wrestling. Put that on TMZ.
Yeah.
Who was your inspiration to get into professional wrestling?
Staying out of prison was my inspiration to get into
Really? Not like as a fan growing up? You didn't like,
Oh,
I
no,
love this guy.
but I never had a desire to become a professional wrestler. I never said one day I want to be. The opportunity presented itself, and I thought, you know what, let me give that a shot. But growing up, I mean, I was always a fan. I like Piper a lot. I liked the Four Horsemen. I liked
all the bad guys.
Yeah, I did. I liked all the bad guys coming up.
Sweet. What was your greatest match or your most favorite match you ever had?
I've been very fortunate in my career to have wrestled some of the best. I've wrestled Undertaker, I've wrestled Ric Flair at Madison Square Garden. We can go down the list, but if I had to pick one career highlight, it would definitely be my friend and mentor, the Rabbit Wolverine, Chris Benoit at
He still
WrestleMania
exists?
23.
Chris Benoit, you're allowed to say his name?
But this
You're not
isn't the WWE. We're not PG. This is.
I hear you. This
is
the Tommy
my
Dreamer TV.
friend and mentor.
An amazing wrestler, no matter
He
what
was-
he did.
Very
in the
tragic
world.
ending, very sad. But in the ring, there might have
agree.
been some people as good, but there was no one better.
100%. You have. What was the hardest thing for you to be in prison? I mean, I know you've seen a lot of crazy stuff besides, and you're one of those guys who has turned his life around. What is either disturbing? I remember Big Dick Dudley, and he was in prison, and he'd call me up. I'd be in college, and he'd be like, "Hey Dreamer, what'd you do today?" And I was like, "I went to school." He goes, "I saw a man get raped today." I was like, "Huh, okay, big difference." Got any crazy prison story?
Oh man, I was there for 9.5 years. Man.
Oh yeah. Have you raped a man?
I've never raped a man.
Okay.
I've never raped a woman.
Nice.
I've never had to. No. I've seen a lot of unspeakable things. I've seen guys literally get their heads bashed in. I've seen stabbings. I've seen.
Little shanking in the
Yes,
joint.
yes. I've seen it all. So I'm fortunate that none of it happened to me. I mean, I had my fisticuffs, but I never got stabbed. I never had any fire attacks. So for the most part, I've been pretty fortunate.
Where can you close the door?
You're ruining the shoot.
You're a guy who, like myself, decided to leave WWE to pursue other things. You were not fired. You left on your own accord. No ill will towards the company. Me neither. What? You've been traveling the world. Your music video was really, really, really good. I was actually really proud of that.
That's a fun project.
And you wrestle. Are you currently under contract in New Japan?
No, I have a handshake deal, but I'm a New Japan regular.
Yes. And I know you always want to go there, and
Yes.
so you're making a name for yourself over there. That's how can fans follow you? You're not on Twitter.
I am on Twitter.
Oh really? Oh yeah, the 305 I follow all the time.
Yeah.
I've been hit on a hill of times.
You've been a lot of.
How can
thank you,
fans
sir.
follow
Please
you?
have another. Thank you
You're
so much.
on
Please have another.
Twitter. You're on Facebook.
I have a Facebook fan page. It's facebook.com officially MVP.
What is your website? That has a
My
list of all your
website
stuff,
is
right?
yes. My website is mvp305.com. From there, you can
can
see
see-
my new my new music video for "Holla to the World."
It's actually really good.
Thank you.
And I'm very white, and I actually really liked it.
There's cameos in it by my good friend Carlito, Supermax, Shelton's in it, but real quick, and you can barely see him because he's really dark, and that camera shot is kind of dark, so you can see him. Yeah, so I'm on Twitter at the 305 MVP. The website is MVP305.com. What else?
Last but not least, what would you say? Can you close the door, please? What would you say to all your fans who
See how
support
authentic
you?
this is? People walking in
It's a
and
real
out.
locker room,
Yes,
man.
it is. It is.
And again, this will be all chopped up anyway. What would you say to your fans who have supported you, the big ball-in, all your players? I wish I had
My VIPs.
those big booty girls you always like to hang out with, and you make me have more jungle fever than any sickness I've ever had. I love going to the clubs. I don't have anything. I don't have a Velcro rope. I got nothing. But your match is up soon. What would you say to your fans who supported you your whole career?
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a great ride. I've been very fortunate to have some really supportive people, and I'm grateful to have the people that say, I started doing that fucking ball. Can I say fucking? Is it okay?
Oh yeah.
I started doing that. Yeah, me too. Very much. That ball and elbow as a heel to get heat. And all of a sudden, people started doing it with me, and it's amazing to have 20,000 people do it with, hey, ballin'. But what's even cooler than that
When they
is
say it
to
in Japan,
have
they go,
10,000
"Ballin'."
Japanese people go boring.
Maybe they're saying boring. I don't know if they watch some of your matches.
What the? I see what you did.
That would be when they say my matches, but whatever.
So yeah, that's what I'd like to say. Thank you very much, and stick around because there's some new chapters. I'm doing music now, and I got a few irons in the fire, some acting. So let's see where this crazy
I like the
wild
new
ride goes.
hairstyle.
I love it. I wanted to cut my hair in WWE. John wouldn't let me.
John Laurinaitis.
Yes, John Laurinaitis. My likeness and licensing issues and all that. They said no. I wanted CM Punk to shave my head. They said no.
I'm hanging on to every speck of hair I
You need
can,
to.
so
I'll give you some of mine.
I appreciate that.
You can have it.
It would look good on my head. I would look good with those curly
I
things.
think you would. Yeah.
Sweet. Can you throw off with your hand signal?
305, still rep the U. And yep. No, it's 305, 5. There you go. 305. That's it. It works. It works. Gangster. Not really.